everyone, for today's video I thought I would talk about how to start a blog. And the reason I wanted to make this is because I know a few people in my life who are considering starting a blog. So I thought I'd make this just to give them a few little pointers. One of those people is actually my mum. So everyone go to the comments now and say, Caroline, you should start a blog. Caroline's my mum's name, obviously. So we're going to be focusing on obviously starting the blog and setting it up, and also creating the content and then how to get people to actually read it. I've had my blog alicered.co.uk for a couple of years now. I'm definitely not an expert in the field or anything like that, but there are a few things that I wish I'd known when I'd started, so hopefully I'm going to cover all of them in this video. I would recommend Blogger personally because that's just what I use myself. It's incredibly easy. You don't really need to know anything about coding or HTML, it kind of does all the work for you. It's definitely a good one for beginners, and if you're watching this video then the chances are you're a beginner. If however you know a bit more about HTML or the technical side of things, then you might like WordPress a bit more because you can kind of do a bit more with it. There's the big question of what are you going to call your blog? You might want to just write down a couple of ideas. I think when I was coming up with Alice Red, I thought, well, I want to have my name in the title, Alice, and I want to have the fact that I have red hair. Oh, Alice Red, that works. And I just kind of stuck with it. But the thing I like about that is that it's very versatile. So even though I started out as a beauty blogger and then became a beauty guru on YouTube, it was versatile enough so that when I started changing my content, I didn't have to change my name. My name kind of works for everything, which is nice. And I would recommend that you'd actually do the same thing. I would have a name that isn't linked to one particular thing. In terms of making your blog look nice, I would probably just start with one of the free templates, but pick something very minimal, pick something with a white background, keep it simple, don't have anything flashing, don't have any annoying animated widgets. Just keep it simple, make sure that the font is really easy to read as well. I think I got my layout on Etsy. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of my blog page, it does actually say the company that designed it, and you can click on that and it will take you to their website. I think they're called 17th Avenue. So you can easily just get something like that on Etsy, or Pipdig is another very popular place as well. And then if you want to customize the design at all, literally just go on Google and type in how to on Blogger or WordPress. The first couple of results will tell you how to do it. That's what I did. Everything that you see on my blog that isn't part of the design that I bought, that's something that I've done myself just by Googling how to do it. I'm not an expert, I don't know coding, so if I can do it, anyone can do it. I know this all sounds a bit overwhelming, but honestly, you will be fine. If you've managed to get onto YouTube and watch this video, then you already have enough computer skill to start a blog. You will be fine. Just go for it, just give it a try. Let's talk about creating content a little bit now. When you start off, you're probably going to be not copying, but definitely you're going to be very inspired by the kind of blogs that you read. So if you read a lot of fashion and beauty blogs, you are probably going to find yourself writing a lot of fashion and beauty content. But it is absolutely fine if you do that for a little while and you decide that it's just not for you. You can enjoy reading and watching something, but not necessarily enjoy creating it. That's actually what happened to me when I started my blog and YouTube channel. You know, once you start creating content, you will naturally figure out what you like to do. Don't be afraid to do a bit of trial and error, especially when you're just starting out. You do not have to stick to one thing. You need to make what you would want to watch or what you would want to read, and you need to make something that isn't already available. A really good way to do that is just by being yourself and injecting all of your personality into everything that you write. I would say that for having a YouTube channel as well, actually. So don't worry too much about writing what you think is going to be popular. Write about what comes from your heart, and if you write with passion, people can see that in your posts. Passion is contagious. People are very drawn to it, and they know when you're talking about something and your heart is going into it. I know this sounds really cheesy, but it's absolutely true. This is a world with quite a lot of bloggers now. You have to stand out, and the only way you can stand out is by being true to yourself. I would also suggest having photographs in each and every blog post. It's just a really nice way of breaking up the texts. Even if you're not necessarily doing content that requires a photograph, I would definitely have one in the blog post anyway. I have a whole video on how I take photographs for my blog. If you're interested in that side of things, then I will leave the link to it somewhere at the top of the screen now. Is it that corner or is it that corner? I can't remember. Okay, so now when you've created a few posts and you've got your blog up and running, let's talk about how to get people to actually read it. If you don't already have a Twitter account, now is the time to get one. Twitter is one of the best ways to promote your blog posts. Tweet the link to your posts, put a picture from your post into that tweet, and include hashtags like hashtag #BBloggers if you're a beauty blogger, or LBloggers if you're a lifestyle blogger. There are loads of other hashtags as well. If you just Google them, then some will come up. And don't just tweet the link once. If you follow me on Twitter, then sorry, you already know this because my timeline is full of this. I usually have about 3 links on my Twitter page per day for various blog posts and for various videos, all different ones obviously. I kind of schedule it so that one tweet goes up in the morning when people are getting ready for work, one tweet will go up around lunchtime when people are on their lunch break, and one tweet will go up in the evening. But you can write out a tweet and schedule it for a certain time. A really good program for this is Hootsuite. That's what I use myself. Other programs are available. I just use Hootsuite. Another good thing about Twitter is that there are actually Twitter chats. That's a really good way to meet other bloggers and to be involved in the community side of things and just to let people know about your blog. Again, if you just Google it, you'll find a Twitter chat that is relevant to the sort of thing that you want to write about. Another fantastic way to promote your posts is to join Bloglovin. That's a really good way to follow blogs, but also a great way to get other people to follow your blog. Bloglovin is the only way that a lot of people keep up with the blogs that they really want to read. I would say though, without any shadow of a doubt, the best way to get people to read your blog is to read other people's blogs and then leave a nice comment. This tip also applies for YouTube as well, by the way. You're welcome. Obviously, I'm not talking about spam comments. Don't just write in the comments box, great post, come and visit my blog at da-da-da-da. No, don't be that person, all right? Be the person who leaves a really sweet and meaningful comment, show them that you've read the post, what you enjoyed about it, compliment them on their writing style or on their photography, and then at the end of the comment, just leave the URL for your blog. Don't say, read my blog, don't mention your blog at all, just leave your URL. That is the etiquette, if you will, of leaving comments on other people's blogs. So just leave comments on all the blogs that you read, ones with big followers and ones with hardly any followers as well, a good mix. It will take you a while to get noticed. Like I said, the blogging community is very oversaturated at the moment, so even if your writing and content is of a very high standard, you're still going to take a while to gather an audience. That's okay. Just keep making really great blog posts and people will find you and people will stick around. It just takes a bit of time. That's everything that I kind of wish that someone had told me when I started my blog, so hopefully this has helped out some of you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you down there. Or even if you have any blogging tips or any of your own advice that I haven't said, make sure you talk about that as well so that other people know. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I make a new video every Friday at 6 PM, so I'll see you all next week. Bye!